Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to G Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. Beautiful day today. It was a little chilly earlier. The winds were, I don't know, 7 miles per hour or something. It's calm now, and it actually feels like it's warmed up. I think the only reason it felt cold was because of the wind chill. And I was out here working anyway because I had a little EFTY or an EFTY going here, and this is it right here. I had a customer, longtime customer, who needed a double mailbox set up. They had the old mailboxes for many years were bolted into the red brick cap of a small concrete wall, and the red brick is falling apart because they live close to the beach. And of course, that salt air eats up everything. But the mailboxes have fallen off 2 or 3 times over the last 15 years or so, and I keep putting them back up. But now there's so many holes in the brick, it just doesn't make sense to try that again. So I'll end up patching the brick down the line. But for right now, I made them this mailbox, and I had to fabricate the center pole because they don't make a pole like that. But I got this thing all welded up today and painted and assembled, and had to put spacers between the mailbox and the post because the cover has to be able to open. So there's 2 units in the house that this goes to. So it's Unit A and Unit B, and they'll have this one set up there right next to the wall. This is the height. The top of this post here is actually 1 inch taller than the wall that they used to be mounted on. So these are actually the same height right here as the old wall or the old mailboxes were. But they used to have one on the wall here and then one around the corner going this way. And now I'll set this thing right up to where the mailboxes will both be facing the same way, facing the street. And when I get there, it'll determine whether A or B goes facing south. That depends on which one. I forget which one is was around the corner here and which one was on the front face. So I'll straighten that out when I get down there. I don't know when I'm going to install this, but it's not a big rush. The mailboxes, I got it hanging by 1 screw, but they can still put mail in them. So this is not like an emergency run thing, so I'm not going to worry about that. But it'll bolt down into the patio slab, and then don't have to worry about it for many a year, long past the time when I'll ever have to go back again. So I did that today, and then I worked on that damaged sluice box, and I got that repaired. And if you remember when I was showing that little screw thing I made to hold the flare inside of the unit when you're carrying it with the sling, I damaged one of the screws and it was loose. It was bent and loose. So I took it into the shop, and I used a special aluminum alloy soldering rod, and I soldered those back into place, and they're nice and sturdy now, so don't have to worry about that part anymore. So I just finished collecting eggs and bringing a treat to the chickens, and I've discovered that the new hen that I called Liberty, because she looks like an eagle when she's sitting on the perch here with her back to you, she started laying eggs already, and I can tell because her eggs are a little lighter in color and smaller. All the other hens, the New Hampshire Reds and the Rhode Island Reds, lay all large, really extra large eggs actually, and really good eggs. I love those eggs. I have them every morning, just totally delicious. And for those of you who say, you're not supposed to eat eggs every day, well, let me tell you, that's an old wives' tale. And they've already corrected that, because they say now that eggs are actually do have cholesterol, but it's good cholesterol, not bad cholesterol. And they're saying 2 eggs a day is very healthy for you. So that's what I eat, 2 eggs a day. Although sometimes I get into my pickled peppered eggs and I'll have 3 or 4 eggs in a single day. But it's not every day, that's just once in a while. All right, the other trip we got to make over here is to the Garden of Eden. Because, and that's not E-D-E-N, that's E-E-T-I-N-G, Garden of Eden. And I was in here today, and it was time to give the garden a good soaking. And as you can see, I took almost half of the water that was in these containers that I shipped down here, but I've got enough to fill it back up again, sitting up there from the last rain. And as you can see, everything here is nice and soaked down, nice and wet. And the rutabagas over there are sprouting up. A couple sprouting up right over here, and a couple sprouting up over here. And I'll have to thin those out when they get a little bit bigger. I usually wait until they got the 3rd set of leaves, and then I'll thin them out. And of course, these are just onions that I just saved the root ends of the onions that I had bought at the store and stuck them in the ground, and they're growing. So the fruit trees have all been watered. Everything's been soaked down really well. And one thing that I'm happy, very happy about, is this year, because I put this plexiglass casing around my mandarin tangerine tree, it didn't die. It's still alive. It's looking good. It's got green leaves and it's got growth on it. So the last 3 years or so, or 4 years actually, that it's been here, it's died every winter and just had enough life to come back after the whole summer. It would just come back to life just in time to die again. So this year, it stayed green all winter long. That's a good thing. I may have to build a larger one with 4 4x4s and put it somewhere in the corner between the raised beds. Of course, I got trees already there. But I'll do that with an avocado tree. I'll get an avocado tree inside there so that I can see if I can grow an avocado tree through the winter. Because last year, of course, the 2-3 weeks in a row with 100+ degree temperatures just roasted my avocado tree. And I tried putting it in the shade of that tree over there, but that didn't help either. It was just way too hot. And as you saw, all my peppers, my tomatoes, everything, nothing would grow because it was just way too hot through the summer. So I'm going to try to get another avocado tree going and put a plexiglass box around it so that it'll last through the winter. And then in the summertime, I'll set it up to where I can put a solar fan that can evacuate the hot air out from around it and keep the air moving around it so that it tries to survive. So anyway, the rest of the plants here are all doing well. I noticed that I've got some broccoli flowers coming out here. You can see another one right there and another one right there. So that's a nice thing. I got broccoli. Oh, now all I need is beef, and I can have beef and broccoli. All right. So I watered the heck out of this. My oregano is ready to get pruned, and I'll dry some of that and get it into a container in the house. And then my garlic is all popped up, all nice and happy. Looks like one of them stunted 2, 3, 4, 5, but there's another one popping up right beside it, and another one 6 over there that's stunted down, but we'll see. They still might make it. And over here, The radishes and the kale and the spinach all surviving, except for a couple in the corner there. I don't know why the ones close to the wall there are not making it. I think I think they just get too cold up against the wall. That doesn't make sense to me. But as long as some of them make it, and I'm happy. All right, so I found all of these pots laying in the road. I guess one of the illegal growers had them on the back of a truck, and they fell off in the middle of the road because the road is all washboarded. And I said, well, somebody's just going to run over those, so I stopped and picked them all up. And I'll clean them out and use them. Now look at the buds popping on the apple trees here. This is going to be a nice nice thing. These 2 apple trees here, a couple of the apples on there that they don't like the winter, so they went into dormancy. The other ones are growing really well, so we'll see. And the citrus trees in here all survived, so that's a good thing. And this one's got fresh growth on it right there, another fresh branch coming up. And that's a tangelo tree from seed from my friend Bill's tangelo tree. And I'll love to have that thing grow up and start producing tangelos like his did, and that'll be a good remembrance, a good memory of my friend Bill. Every time I eat one of those tangelos, I'll think of Bill. All right, so I think that's grapefruit right there, and this is lemon or lime, one of the two. And of course, all the leaves have been falling off of my fig tree because it's winter time. But it's got a fresh bud coming out of the top of the stem there. And the cherry tree, of course, is in dormancy because it's just that time of year. So we got all of that covered, and we did it in record time. Well, it wasn't a record, it was a CD. No, maybe it was a record. Anyway, sometimes my mind just wanders and I can't catch up with it. All right. Here we go. We're out of there. So I'm going to close up everything out here. And I've got a couple of videos I got to do for products that I've received. And I've got more products on the way. So I'm going to have to get to doing some of those videos in between. But I just don't want to bore everybody with commercialization in every video. So I'm leaving a break in between the videos for that. And chatted with Andy today and said, yeah, we got to get together and go do some gold panning and sluicing. And he said, yeah, sounds like a good idea. And we just might have to do that real quick here. So we'll see what happens with that. Other than that, this is G Bear thanking you for joining me. Don't forget your thumbs ups down there. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember, subscriptions are free. Free. Costs you absolutely nothing. You will not get spammed. You will not get all kinds of harassment emails or anything like that. Just right below my video, just click the subscribe button. Right beside it, you see a bell. Click on the bell, and all that does is notify you every time I post the video. It'll let you know that G-Bear has posted a video at his off-grid ways. Pretty cool, huh? I was thinking name this guy over here Clem, and middle initial N, and last name Tyne, T-Y-N. So it'll be Clementine. What do you think of that, everybody? All right, everybody, thanks for joining me. This is G-Bear signing off.